Well, thank you guys for tuning in to another very thoughtful life coaching podcast. I am excited today to have on my guest, Shameeka. So I met Shameeka at a vending event in her body butter. Ladies, you got to get some of it. So I am excited because I told you all in 2023, I was all about connecting to women who are living their dream, living boldly, being audacious. And I saw Shameeka as one of these women. And I immediately said to her, you got to come and be on my podcast. So welcome, Shameeka, to Very Thoughtful World.
Thank you. It's
Welcome.
good
So
to
tell
be
the
here.
audience about yourself and your business.
So I'm Shameeka. I'm from Goldsboro, North Carolina, and I'm a mom. I'm a registered nurse, and I'm also an entrepreneur. My company is a body care company, Bella May Body Co., which I started last year. I'm really excited about that. It's been going really, really well. And it's just been opening up so many doors, so many opportunities, which is why I'm here.
Yes.
I met Kanisha, like she said, at a vending event, just introducing my company, just putting myself out there, stepping outside of my comfort zone, just getting uncomfortable, with being comfortable because I'm one that likes to hide. I'm really, really shy. So yeah, this it's just nice to network, tell people my story, and just connect with others. So that's just a little bit about me.
Well, wonderful. What made you start the business?
So I've been a registered nurse, and I've been a registered nurse for 10 years, going on 11 years. And I've been a travel nurse for the past 5 years or so. And you can imagine, like, after COVID, it's just been super, super stressful, super, super demanding. And so I wanted to do something that was non-nursing. So I've always loved to make things. I started out baking when I was younger. So making things isn't really new to me, and I just got to a place where I wanted to be more conscious about not only what I was putting in my body, but also what I'm putting on my body. So just taking more of a natural approach, more clean ingredients and things like that just became an interest for me. And it just kind of went from there.
Wow. So had you ever done this before? Were you doing it for yourself before you start selling? Because I'm telling you, I have gone and bought butters before. I love a butter more so than lotions. And even if I use a oil, if I use anything to moisturize my skin, it's a natural oil.
Mhm.
And what I loved about yours, first of all, your oil is phenomenal
Thank
because I got
you.
the double whammy. I got the butter and the oil. And they smell so good. And I know I think you have like, is it shea butter inside or just more of a different mango butter?
So there's mango butter, shea butter, and kokum butter. So it's a triple butter formula.
And it's so good because sometimes, as much as I love shea, I use a lot on my hair. I don't always like the smell of shea butter.
Yeah.
And I
So
you master that.
I actually use the refined shea butter, so that way it kind of is more deodorized, so it doesn't the scent is not as strong. But I started making body butter last February, so almost a year ago,
Oh,
and
wow.
I would just make it for myself. And then I had my friend; she's an esthetician, and so she would use it as well. She started to purchase. She was actually one of my first customers, and I have a friend who owns a barbershop, and I would go up to his clientele and introduce my products. And they were like, I want this. I got to have it. And they would ask me questions. And next thing I know, it just turned into a full out business. But I was originally using it just for myself and just kind of, introducing it to my friends here and there. I was always, like I said, so timid. So I didn't really put myself out there. But once I did, it took a life of its own, and it's just been so amazing to get the feedback, like hearing the testimonials. I get so tickled every single time because this is something that I really formulated myself. Like, I know sometimes you can find things on YouTube, you can find things from other formulators, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but I really just tweaked it to my liking. I
Yeah.
didn't purchase anything. It was just something that I came up with. So every time somebody's like, oh, I love it, I'm just like, inside.
Well, listen, I haven't even come close to running out, but I'm already thinking because I saw I think on your Facebook page, you have
Mhm.
something called brown sugar or something like that.
Yes, brown sugar baby. It smells so good.
I'm thinking, I don't think I got to smell that, but I'm already planning to order. And I promise you, my husband uses my butter.
Mhm.
My daughter, when if she's like back home now for a little while, and if she's coming to my room, but it's so much that
Mhm.
I still have plenty. And
That's
so
all.
in theory, my husband would probably say, "You don't need any more." Oh, but I'm about to order that brown sugar because I'm like, I gotta have that. That just sounds like it smells delicious.
And I have three more coming. I haven't put it on the site yet, but I have three more.
Tell us
So
about your different like scents so people will know.
the three that I have coming, I'll just talk briefly about those. One is baby powder, and that has easily become my favorite. Like that's all I'm using right now. It just kind of came
Oh,
in and took over. It's so soft. It lasts. I think I used it at 11 the other day, and 12 hours later, like I could still smell it. So soft, and I was just like, oh my
oh.
gosh. The other is a cashmere sugar. It's a real sweet. I love sweet scents. So it's
Okay.
a real soft, sweet scent as well. And then cotton candy. It's kind of fruity, sweet. And then I have, gosh, like 10 other ones. And I'm like, what am I thinking? You know, like the more scents, the more you have to do with the labeling and different things. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, like it just went from one to like 13 really, really fast. So
That's amazing. What would you say to the woman who may watch this and say to herself, or maybe thinking, I always wanted to do something like this, but I was too afraid, or I didn't think I can afford it, or it would never work for me? What would you say to that woman?
simply just do it, because that was me for so many years with so many different things. Like I've always had that little entrepreneurial kick about me, but I would always let those type of limiting beliefs and thoughts hinder me from stepping into what God has for me. And if you don't know, like if you don't try, you will never know. And if it doesn't work, that's okay too. Something else may work, but you have to try. Or if not, you'll still be walking around the same mountain and getting no results. So, I mean, I feel like I'm literally a walking testimony. Like, I kid you not, I would suffer from those type of beliefs for years and years and
Mhm.
years. And this is one of the first things that I'm just going for it. Like
Wow.
whatever happens, happens. I'm just going to give it my all and, just see where it takes me. And it's just been blowing my mind. So I would say just go for it.
So I'm a Christian, and I always call myself a God girl, just because
Yes,
if you know
me
anything about my
too.
story, yeah, I lived abroad for 10 years,
Mhm.
and so it wasn't always the most safe thing to say Christian in China.
Yeah,
But people was always responsive and respectful of the God girl thing. And I like that title, right?
yeah,
But one of the things I believe and that I see is when we jump, when we make that move towards, so I think of the dream or the great idea as in our life as what like the promised land. Remember how God had promised the people of Israel an actual promised land? He said it's the land of milk and honey, and he had already I think of our dreams as his promised land to us.
Mhm.
And that when we get to a place in life where we say, you know what, God, I'm gonna trust you more than I trust my fear. I don't even know what I'm gonna do, what I'm doing, but that that's where real life starts.
Absolutely,
Did it feel like that for you?
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And that's why I said at the event a couple weeks ago, like I'm just out here trusting God, because literally that's all I'm doing. Just trusting him to lead me and to know that, whatever is good for me, he's gonna give it to me. So
Yeah. And did you ever feel like, even though you're a nurse, and I'm sure at some point when you chose to be a nurse, was that a passion for you, or was that a safe job?
it was a safe job. I mean, I enjoy it. I have met so many people, and it's given me so many opportunities to like travel to places that I've never been. Coming from a small town country girl, like I used to dream about going to California, and to just be able to hop on a plane and go work in California at any time is just like, wow, it's amazing. But I've enjoyed it, but it was really initially a safe job. Like
Yeah,
I just knew there was job security, and just wanting to have some stability for my son and I is
yeah.
why I initially chose to go into the career field.
Tell me, what does making your product and selling your product to people offer you that the nursing can't offer?
um I would say just knowing that this is something that I truly stepped on faith about. Like
Mhm.
it's a different level of satisfaction, because this is something I was like trembling, like, you kind of like, is it going to work? Is it not? But this is one thing I can say I really just went for it. And to me, there's something so satisfying about stepping out of my comfort zone, stepping out on
Mhm.
faith, and then hearing people say, like, wow, this is amazing. Wow, I really love this. And these are people that don't know me. Your friends will kind of, butter you up a little bit, or they already know you. So, they don't want to hurt your feelings or whatever. But to hear people that are like complete strangers, leave me positive reviews
Mhm.
online, it's just like, oh my gosh. So, it's something just so satisfying to think like I literally stood in my kitchen and created this formula and tweaked it to what I like and what I would use for myself, and then other people take to it and love it just as much as I do. So
Because I'm telling you, it's amazing. I do not play. People will tell you, Kanisha will tell you the truth whether you want to hear it or not.
yes,
And I'm really picky. I don't mean to be. I just am who I am.
yeah,
And I don't buy things. I do like to support other small business owners because I believe in the whole reaping and sowing.
yeah.
But I cannot give you my money if I don't believe in your product. And
Mhm.
when I tell you, I want everybody to know about your product. And I wasn't, so forgive me. I should have bought the container with me. I'm
It's
upstairs.
okay.
I live downstairs so that we can hold it. I even saw a lady the other day on Facebook. I don't know what the product was she had, but she was rubbing it on her skin. I was like, I'm gonna go get my Bellum and do that. Let people know.
Yes.
I was gonna make a commercial on your behalf
Hey, I
because
love it.
you like
And
it that much.
another
Yeah.
thing I wanted to say too was your feedback when we met at the event about my labels, like it really just touched me. So because again, like when you're a small business owner, you're doing everything. You're making the product, making the labels, you're doing the marketing, creating the content, like you're doing everything. And so I have spent so many hours like up late at night, like tweaking this, tweaking that, adding this, taking away, doing all this stuff, trying to get it to look just, I'm very, very picky. So to get that feedback, I was just like, oh my gosh. Cause I was like,
Yeah.
this has to be perfect. I probably worry my friends to death because I was like, no, I can't just put out anything. So when you said it, I was just like,
Yes. And I could see it. I promise, because so for 10 years, I was a graphic designer for a television station.
yeah. Mhm.
Then I went and worked for a nonprofit. But graphic design is in my soul. It is the heart of who I am. I buy things just because they're pretty. My husband's like, "What you gonna do with it?" I'm like, "I don't know. It's just pretty. I gotta get it." Like
Yeah.
I notice fonts, and I've kind of pulled my son into this. Right, where I'd see a logo, I send it to my son, like, "Bryce, look at this logo. It's the bomb." Or we'd be like, "Look at this logo. This is horrible." But so when I tell you, I can be a graphic snob. Like I've had people do certain jobs for me, and they go to lay out things, and I'm like, don't be offended, but I'm gonna redo that flyer. Don't be offended. I'm going to redo my ebook. And they're like, but tell me what's wrong. I said, you're never gonna get it right because it's just me.
Mhm.
So your stuff literally looked like, or your product, I should say, it looked like it could have been already on the shelf at any major retailer. And sometimes I feel almost sad that more people don't put that level of thought into their product when we're small businesses.
Yeah.
I've gone to places and I've seen the containers and I'm like, the stickers are cricket. I'm like, would you do this in Word? What were they thinking? And I won't buy the product because I'm like, I don't want to look at it. It
Mhm.
might, you know,
I
and,
understand. That's why.
it matters. And I get there's a different class of product for everyone. This is why
Yeah.
they say, why you have Macy's, Walmart, Saks Fifth Avenue,
Right.
for everybody. But I want the pretty things. I want the and so you nailed it. You definitely nailed it. Coming from this particular graphic designer who's been in the business for a long time, when I see quality level in print, I let people know because I know what it takes and I can easily spot someone who I'm just like, oh Lord, I don't know why they think a script font, like a cursive font. Literally, I just received an email from a lady who has made her fonts cursive. I'm going in the email, like this is all. Well, it's like a script. It's not even cursive.
Yeah.
It's just hard to read. And I'm thinking, why does she think this is okay? But that's me and my, thing. Anywho, what's your superpower? I always like to ask my guests, what is your superpower?
Uh, my superpower. I'm gonna say um, my ability to be resilient. I'll
Mm,
say I've had a lot of adversities in my life. So just being able to overcome, so many different things like throughout childhood and going into adulthood and things like that. I think that's one of the things I'm most proud of with myself. And I feel like it's a superpower. I feel like it's pretty much prepared me for anything that I may face. So,
yeah, yeah.
so
I
yes.
definitely think resilience is a superpower because it takes a lot, particularly in this whole world of entrepreneurship. I promise you, I've never worked more hours and didn't know if I was going to get a check attached to the bank in my
Yeah,
life, right?
yes,
If you work a 9 to 5, whether you like it or not, if you go show up, most likely you're gonna get your check.
pretty much.
You can. I've worked times like from day to night creating and thinking, I don't even know if anybody's gonna buy this.
Yes. That's how I feel
Um, mm,
sometimes.
well, you don't have to worry. People are gonna buy your product, but
Yes.
that resilience keep you going. And I think as
Right,
entrepreneurs, we need that. We have to have that.
right.
We
And
have
then
to believe
even
in our product.
absolutely. And just
Mm,
thinking again to like where I've come from, like with my son, I've been a mother since I was 15.
really.
So, right. And so coming from there to going straight to college after high school, and I went to East Carolina University. I'm proud of that because that was a very, very rigorous nursing program, one of the best in the state. And I
Wow.
was able to go and graduate on time and things like that. So, just all of those experiences, I feel like have pretty much prepared me to face, the world of entrepreneurship. And I just feel like it's just made me more resilient. So I
Awesome.
think that's a strength that I have, just coming from, that place and overcoming, beating the odds, I guess, so to speak, because if you look at, you know the statistics, I guess you would think that a person like me wouldn't be here or wouldn't
Mm.
have accomplished, some of the things that I have, but I have. So
Well, I am
I don't
glad.
want to get emotional, but I didn't think I would. Oh gosh.
And
But yeah.
I thank you for sharing that because listen, I want women to know that we have to get out of our own way. We tell ourselves these stories. I'm a single mom. Like I remember years ago reading this thread where the lady said, I'm a single mom, so I'm always worried about these particular things. with my children. And I emailed her or I put it on the thread. I said, listen, I'm a mom with a husband and I worry about those same things. And
Mhm.
she was like, wow, thank you for telling me that. But a
Yeah.
lot of times we think we're the only ones going through it.
Mhm.
And for the woman who's watching, who's over there thinking, man, if I had this, or if I wasn't a single mom, I mean, you're a single mom, you are a nurse. Are you still working your nursing job?
Not currently. I'm on a break, but
Okay.
I last worked like a couple months ago. A
Yeah.
travel assistant.
But you have that and you have your business.
Yep.
And so oftentimes we will say, I can't because I have these things. I can't because my life is too hard. I can't because and I always tell people the only thing that's stopping you is fear.
Yes.
Yeah. And fear does this beautiful job at masquerading as other things.
Oh yes.
It can create some beautiful stories for us. Because I used to be afraid. I used to always say I was afraid to live and afraid to die.
Pretty much, it sometimes it feels like that. It
Wouldn't make
does.
any decisions. Like I was like, oh no,
Yeah.
just scared to live. So I
Yeah.
am thankful that you came on. I do have to ask you this question. One thing I like to know when I'm talking to entrepreneurial women, what is your podcast or your book or what is that thing that you do to keep your mind motivated? Or do you have a favorite book or are you a book reader or are you a podcaster? What's your thing?
Um, I I like to listen to Eric Thomas. I don't know if you're
I
familiar with
am
him.
familiar with him.
It makes me feel like I could do just about anything, like wake up and be amazing.
Mhm.
I really, really like to listen to his and watch his content. And then as far as books, one of the books that I try to practice on a regular basis is Atomic Habits by
Okay.
James Clear. That's a really, really good book. I learned so much from it, just about building positive habits. And I'm an overthinker. So
Yeah.
I overthink to the point that I'm procrastinating and then I'm stagnant and I haven't moved. So that book really helped me to break things down, and focus on getting 1% better every day instead of looking at, I need to do this big thing. It's like, what can I do right now that'll put me closer to accomplishing that big thing versus thinking about the big thing itself.
Yeah.
So that book has been really, really beneficial just in day to day, trying to form better habits and breaking, the not so good habits.
Yeah.
So that's one that I keep close.
Well, I'm gonna have to go check that one out because I'm always looking for my next best book. I am a slow reader, so this was it. Audible is my
Yeah.
best friend.
Uh-huh.
So Atomic Habits, I'm gonna check that out, and I try to encourage people, particularly because I'm a mindset coach. So I'm always women say to me, Denisha, I want more confidence. Like I've had honestly, my aunt said, she said, "You're not afraid of anything." I was like, I am. I'm always afraid. But when you feed your mind with, like you said, someone like Eric Thomas, Eric will make you think you can do. Not only will Eric make you think you can do anything, Eric make you think like, why am I not already doing it?
Right.
Like what? Like at
Yeah.
one point he would give me anxiety. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta go. Because he's like, come on, right?
Hmm.
But I love listening to people who are moving, who are making moves, and who life wasn't always easy.
Hmm.
And then they talk about it in such a way, the goals, the drive, the desires, where it makes you go, okay, I can do that. I can do that. So I always tell people, listen, if you have stinking thinking, if your thoughts beat you up, listen to somebody else's thoughts, read somebody else's thoughts.
Hmm.
And that is where for me, I take the Bible and I apply to everything because it says faith come by hearing.
Hmm.
And so we develop faith in ourselves when we hear someone like a Eric Thomas. I'm a huge Brene Brown because I'm an emotional person. Love Lisa Nichols, love like Tony Robbins back in the day. Just all of these people who about taking action, making things happen, going to the next level. Um, and I always want to find out from the ladies I bring on, like, what are you listening to? What keeps you motivated? Because I really want women to know that the life you want is literally just a thought away. It's just a one thought. All you need when people say, I need more money, no, you need a thought.
Yeah.
You just need a new thought.
But I have the body butters. This is the peach nectar. I don't know
Oh,
if
I
you can
love it.
see. And
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, we're trying to let y'all see. We
It's
wish you
so
could smell it.
bright. Yeah, my light is so bright over here. I don't know how to kind of. Oh, wait, wait, wait.
Oh, there it is.
There it is, peach nectar.
I just want to tell you all, if you're looking for body butters or a special oil for your skin, for your face, I like oils on my skin. Um, this is the product to order, and I mean it. Like, I don't say that lightly. I do not. I don't endorse things that I don't love, and I'm already ready to place my next order, and I haven't even run out. So,
Yeah. So, and just a little bit about the product.
yes.
So the body butters are made with mango butter, coconut butter, shea butter, avocado oil, apricot oil, and jojoba oil. And then I also add some vitamin E and phthalate-free fragrance. So it doesn't include like the toxins and the skin irritants that are in, your traditional like drugstore or store-bought moisturizers and lotions. And then the body oil. It's a dry body oil, so it's non-greasy. It's not gonna take a long time to absorb, and it has almond oil, apricot oil, sunflower oil, and jojoba oil, and then as well as the skin safe fragrance. So it doesn't have any parabens, the phthalates, and things like that. So it's really good for your skin, really nourishing, and it's amazing.
It is amazing. And so,
I use
listen,
it myself. So
yes,
this is
her
all I
skin
use.
looks like butter.
This is all I use, and I used it before I actually launched like online and everything. Like I was using this for like 8+ months,
Wow.
myself. So this is literally something that I use, my family uses, my son uses. He just came to me like last week and he's like, Mom, I need some good oil. So
Yeah.
um yeah, it's amazing. So I am at Bella May Body Co. on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
Well,
And
great.
yes,
We're going to share your links on the video so everybody can get it. Because I just listen. First and foremost, ladies, if you're watching and you're thinking about starting a business and you think you don't have the courage to do it, come on over, talk with us. Know that you can do it. It's not as hard as you think. You know what? I heard people say one time, or somebody say something about all of life is hard. Pick your heart, because it's hard not to live your dreams. And yes, it can be challenging to live your dreams, but it's a different kind of challenge, right? There's excitement and joy and peace that comes with it. So we want to see you live your dreams in 2023. And we definitely want to support those that are already living their dreams. So please go to her website, go to Shameeka's website and get the
yeah,
product. I promise you, you will love it. You will love it. Do you have any events coming up that you're going to be at anytime soon?
I am planning to attend the AKA's Founders Day celebration. It's in Greenville, North Carolina on February the 11th at the Greenville Convention Center. So that's the next event that I have. And then I have one for St. Patrick's Day. It's at the Hub on Center Street in downtown Goldsboro. And I
Okay,
believe that's March the 17th.
great.
I believe it
Okay.
is. So yeah, I'll be there.
And you
And
ship as well, right? So
yes,
if
I
someone
do.
was to,
Yes, I have my website link in my bios on all my social media, but it is bellamebodyco.com. And then one last thing, if I could say anything to any aspiring entrepreneurs, it would be to just start again. Just start. God will show you what to do when you
he
start.
will. And he will
Yeah.
open doors. That scripture that says your gifts will make room for you, they really will.
Yes.
Believe it, jump, go for it. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for coming on. And I pray that you have a wonderful, amazing day. Talk to you soon.